Hello, Pace University. This is Senator Chuck Schumer, and it's my honor to address the faculty and staff, the families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2021. Congratulations. Now, I'm really sorry I can't join you in person as I do almost every year, but I'm grateful that modern technology allows us to still be connected on this graduation day. You are special, and I wouldn't want to miss congratulating you, COVID or not. First, a quick word to the parents. As a parent myself, I know how hard it is to raise kids these days and how much you've invested in them. But it all pays off as you watch your son or daughter receive their diploma and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. Now to the class of 2021. You know, everyone says your senior year in college will be the most memorable, and for many of you it probably has been, but certainly not in the way you've expected. With COVID affecting our nation's health, our nation's economy, and your senior year, these have been unusual and difficult times. The challenges of this moment are truly unique, but so has been our collective response. The fact that we're still celebrating this graduation and not letting COVID stand in the way, even if we're celebrating differently, just goes to show you that New Yorkers won't let anything stop us from honoring what is so important in life. And nothing can take away from the fact that you've earned a degree from such a fine institution of higher learning. We have a long way to go, but for the first time in more than a year, we can start thinking about what it'll be like to return to normal. We're beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel, thanks to safe and highly effective vaccines. They're nothing short of a medical miracle, and I'm proud to have helped lead the way in Congress by prioritizing vaccine research, production, and most of all, distribution, so that everyone who wants a vaccine can now get one. And as Senate Majority Leader, the first ever from New York, I worked hard to pass the American Rescue Plan, which is putting money in the pockets of people and small businesses who have been hurt by this crisis and helping our society recover in so many different ways. Now, I'm pushing President Biden to forgive $50,000 in student loans, a crushing burden for millions of college students around the nation. With a flick of a pen, he could wipe this debt clean and create a brighter future for so many people, including many of you. So, class of 2021, my message to you is simple. Right now, it may feel like the future's uncertain. Many of you may not be sure of what's going to happen next. But what has been true throughout history is just as true today. That even in times of difficulty, there are always new opportunities, new ways of thinking, of doing things a better way. It's natural to fear the unknown. I'm sure many of you do right now. But don't let the harshness of this past year prevent you from seizing new opportunities. They're out there. You just have to keep your eyes open to them. Don't forget, you have incredible assets, a college degree from a great institution, and loving families who will have your back through thick and thin. Our nation is overcoming this pandemic, and we need your help and your courage to rebuild our country even stronger than it was before. This past year has revealed the injustices and prejudices that persist in our society, and we just can't go back to the way things used to be. We must make our society better, and we know we will, because you are our future leaders and because we have faith in you. And so to Pace University, class of 2021, I say once again, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed.
Felt quite like this. It's never felt quite like this. It's never felt quite like this.
Pace University welcomes you to the College of Health Professions Class of 2021 Virtual Commencement Ceremony. Please welcome your host and president of Pace University, Marvin Krislov.
Never felt quite like this.
Hello, and welcome to Pace University's 2021 commencement ceremony. I'm sorry we can't be together in person today, but we are all very excited to celebrate your tremendous achievements in this virtual ceremony. Class of 2021, today is a momentous day. It is a chance for you to celebrate with your family, your friends, and your Pace family. And it is an opportunity to reflect on everything you have done to reach this milestone, especially through this past year. Like everyone watching and supporting you today, I am inspired by your hard work, your commitment, your discipline, and your resilience. So let's get things rolling. First, I'd like to introduce Amari Perez from the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Amari, for that beautiful performance. It is now time to confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters upon your commencement speaker, Dr. Philip Azua, President and CEO of Montefiore Medicine. I ask Dr. Harriet Feldman, Dean of the College of Health Professions, to present Dr. Azua as a candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you, President Krislov. And from the Pleasantville campus, congratulations to our graduates. Dr. Philip Azua is a pediatrician, a leader, and an immigrant. He is the president and CEO of Montefiore Medicine, one of the largest health systems in the regions. Centered in the Bronx and Westchester, Montefiore is located in an early epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Azua led his organization and his communities through a tumultuous year, and he did so with the spirit of dedication and care that has guided his career. Dr. Azua was born in Nigeria, where he entered medical school at 14 years of age. He came to the United States for graduate school and was shocked to discover how much poverty existed alongside America's great wealth. Addressing healthcare disparities became the focus of his life's work. Dr. Azua earned a reputation as a world-class and innovative clinician, teacher, and researcher. He rose to professor and university chairman of pediatrics at Albert Einstein College of Medicine, physician-in-chief at Children's Hospital of Montefiore, president of Montefiore Health System, and eventually his current role. Dr. Azua has always fought to increase access to care. He advocates for young people to come into medicine, and he strives to further diversify the field. And he expertly guided the Montefiore network through the early days of the pandemic when COVID patients in the system rose from 2 on March 11, 2020 to nearly 2,000 less than a month later. For his wisdom, dedication, and leadership, and for helping to care for our region during its most trying health crisis in a century, and for his example of resilience and personal accomplishment, Pace University is proud to confer upon Dr. Philip Oswa the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations, Dr. Oswa.
Thank you, Dean Feldman. As authorized by the Board of Trustees of Pace University, I confer upon you, Dr. Philip Oswa, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto.
President Krislov, thank you for the honorary degree and for the privilege of addressing your graduates. And thank you, Dean Feldman, for the citation and for the kind words. And greetings to the class of 2021. You know, it was a late night in December 1987 when I first arrived from Nigeria at JFK Airport. I was on my way to Los Angeles to attend graduate school. I decided to make a stopover in New York to visit extended family in Mount Vernon. They'd given me directions from the airport and I hailed a cab. I mean, how hard can it be? Well, harder than I thought, because I had no idea where Mount Vernon was, but neither did the taxi driver. Now, this was in the era before mobile phones and GPSs. So I said, well, I have directions. Just take the Hutchinson River Parkway north and get off at exit 11, and we'll go from there. 2 hours later, we're still driving up and down the parkway. The driver finally says, look, there's no exit 11, sir. You'll have to get out. I said, are you sure we're on the Hutchinson River Parkway? He said, no, we're on the Hudson Parkway. I said, well, I told you the Hutchinson River Parkway. He said, no, you told me the Hudson Parkway. There's only one problem with that, sir, I said. I'm new here. I've never even heard of the Hudson Parkway, so it's not possible that I said the Hudson Parkway. He said, look, pal, just pay the meter, get out, and take a local taxi. There's snow on the ground. It's midnight. I'm jet lagged. I have no idea where I am. So what do? Pay the fare and hop out? Take the easy path? Or do you stand your ground and take the more unpleasant path? I chose the latter and said to the driver, I'm not going anywhere. We had a deal. Now let's find the right parkway and get to Mount Vernon. And so the first lesson is this. Sometimes it is necessary to stand up for what you know is right and take the path less easy. Because there will be times when you'll be told in no uncertain terms it's time to stop and get out. Eventually, I made my way to Los Angeles and went to graduate school, but then I found myself lured back east to New York to train in the social medicine residency at Montefiore Hospital and the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. I arrived in the summer of 1989, and while many folks were warm and friendly and welcoming, others not so much. Some supervising doctors would simply ignore me for the entire month. And I remember my first evaluation by one of those doctors. We'll call her Dr. Sarah. At the time, interns were rated on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 was walks on water. 0 was worse than awful. Now, most people are rated somewhere around 7, 8, 9, and there were 10 attributes that were rated: intellect, acumen, clinical ability, appearance, and so on. This doctor rated me as 0 across the board, straight zeros. Didn't even give me a mark of 1 for appearance. I thought, this has to be a mistake, because at the risk of sounding immodest, my intellect might have been unclear, but I was always clean in my appearance, always had a pressed white shirt, necktie, never wore dockers or khakis, always dressed, trousers, polished shoes, starched white coat. Surely she'd got me mixed up with somebody else. She said, "Oh no, it's you." I said, "Okay. Can you tell me what I might do differently to have a better appearance?" She said, "Oh, I don't know. It's just my opinion." So here was another one of those choice points. Here I was a foreign trained intern. I knew no one at all in the institution. I could protest, make a fuss at my own risk, or just take the punches and roll with the punches. I chose not to make a fuss and to go along to get along. Second lesson. Sometimes it is wiser in the moment to go along to get along. Fast forward exactly 15 years after I arrived at Montefiore Einstein, I'm on the lift alone. My starched white coat and tie and trousers, and I'm on my way up to the 10th floor to see a patient in intensive care. The elevator stops on the 4th floor, the doors open, and who do you suppose walks in? Our old friend, Dr. Sarah. I look at her, she tries not to look at me. I say, "Hello, Sarah." She says, "Hello, Dr. Oswa. I'm now the university chairman of the department at the medical school. And I'm also the physician-in-chief of the hospital." Now that's just a fancy way of saying I'm now her boss's boss. She squeezes into the corner of the car. It's a large hospital elevator, but it wasn't nearly large enough. She's squeezing tightly into the corner, and I can see her from the corner of my eye, making herself as small as possible, and I can see on her face that she's wondering, does he remember? I never let on. I was very gracious, even as I was in the moment, immersed in the irony of the moment. So the final lesson for the day is best expressed in a song by Barbara Cook. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Thank you, Dr. Oswa, for following the path to join us here today. I will now present our Opportunitas in Action Award. This award recognizes a leader who has made innovative, positive contributions to the community in the spirit of PACE's motto, Opportunitas. I am very pleased to present this year's Opportunitas in Action Award to Representative Nita Lowey. Mrs. Lowey served for 32 years in the United States House of Representatives, a passionate advocate for the people of New York and especially those of her Westchester district, including our Pleasantville campus. A lifelong New Yorker, her entire career was dedicated to public service. Mrs. Lowy worked in the New York Secretary of State's office for 13 years, ultimately serving as Assistant Secretary. In 1988, she was elected to Congress, and her constituents in Westchester and Rockland counties happily continued to re-elect her. In 2018, she became the first woman to chair the powerful House Appropriations Committee. In late 2019, Mrs. Lowy announced that she would retire from Congress with the 2020 election, and we plan to honor her at last year's commencement. Throughout her long and successful career, Representative Nita Lowy exemplified the ideals of Opportunitas, and we are pleased now to be able to honor her with Pace University's Opportunitas in Action Award. Mrs. Lowy will accept the award from her home in Westchester.
Thank you, President Krislov. I am delighted to accept Pace's Opportunitas in Action Award. It has been my honor and privilege to represent Pace's Westchester campuses in the Congress and to work with you and other higher education leaders in my district and around the country to increase student access to high-quality college degrees. Our efforts led to such legislation as year-round Pell Grants and the CARES Act, which last year provided $14 billion in federal COVID-19 relief aid to students and to colleges and universities. Today, at this virtual commencement, I want to salute all 2,000 of PACE 2021's graduates, especially the 700 from the Pleasantville campus, whom we celebrate at this ceremony. Congratulations to each of you and to the family and the friends who helped you achieve this milestone. And thank you to the hundreds of PACE faculty, staff, and administrators whose dedication and commitment also made this day possible. You 2021 graduates have faced and overcome monumental challenges. I hope your determination and hard work will lead to rewarding and successful lives. Good luck, good health, as you continue to follow your dreams.
Congratulations, Mrs. Lowy, and thank you for your many years of service to our community and our nation. I am now very happy to introduce today's valedictorian speaker, Melissa Conboy. Melissa is graduating from the College of Health Professions as a physician assistant, and she is being honored as one of several students graduating today with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Melissa, it is now your time to address the candidates.
Welcome, President Krislov, trustees, honored guests, officers of administration, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2021. Congratulations, we made it. What a journey we have had these past few years. Many of us may not have known exactly what our future would look like, but we all chose PACE with the same goal in mind, to have the opportunity to continue our education in order to pursue successful careers in nursing, computer technology, teaching, finance, management, and much more. Along with the fine education, Pace University offers its students upward economic mobility with 8,000 plus internships, field experiences, and clinicals completed by PACE students just last year. We have all benefited from the vision of PACE University to educate those who aspire to excellence and leadership in their careers, lives, and communities. I remember feeling excited and optimistic to begin my first semester. I was looking forward to all the friends I would meet, the classes I would be taking, and at the same time, getting a little bit closer to the future I had always dreamed about. With all of these exciting opportunities to look forward to, I also felt nervous for the challenges ahead of me. Throughout our undergraduate years, we have all, at some point, faced and overcome challenges. We all remember being terrified of that organic chemistry exam, anxiously hoping to join that sorority or fraternity, or struggling to get that research paper in on time. These challenges helped us grow and learn more about our abilities to take our lessons learned and apply them in the future. I think this was especially true when we were challenged last year. We faced an enormous change in our education that we had no control over. It altered the way we had to connect academically and socially, but also changed our sense of belonging to the PACE community. But we were able to come together, every one of us, in unity, showing resilience and trying to make the most out of our last year. It wasn't easy to adjust to this new way of learning, but we realized something extremely important. The last year taught us to appreciate everything we would have otherwise taken for granted, like having class in person, hanging out in Kessel, doing homework with friends, eating together, just being together. It helped us understand that despite any hurdles, you can continue to push through. We did just that, and now we share the victory and the joy of being a PACE graduate. On behalf of all the graduates, I would like to thank PACE University for helping us strive toward excellence during these unprecedented times. I would also like to thank all of our professors for their efforts and continuous support. Finally, I would like to thank all of our family and friends who have helped and encouraged us to get to where we are today. We couldn't have done it without you. I leave you with this quote from Maya Angelou. I encourage you to live with life. Be courageous, adventurous. Give us a tomorrow more than we deserve. Thank you and good luck to us all.
Please welcome the Provost of PACE University, Dr. Vania Quiñones.
Thank you, Melissa. We're all so proud of your great academic achievement. And now, I have the privilege of announcing the winners of the Trustees Award and the Community Service Award. The Trustees Award is presented to the graduating students whose academic accomplishments and positive contributions to the university life exemplify the highest level of achievement attainable for an undergrad. I am pleased to present PACE 2021 Trustees Award to Angela Kapchak, a first-generation college student who thrived in the honor college, served as a mentor to her fellow students, won memberships in 4 different prestigious honor societies, and worked as an interim in Roger Memorial Library, where she honed the skills she will need for her graduate work and then future career in life sciences. The Community Service Award is presented to the graduating student whose contributions to the university community and our surrounding community most admirably embody the value of social responsibility. Today, I am pleased to present PACE University 2021 Community Service Award to Brandon Joachim, who gave back through service in his fraternity Alpha Chi Rho, the Black Student Union, the Dominican Student Union, the Resident Assistant Council, as a diversity ambassador, on the search committee for the new College of Health Profession Dean, and so much more. All while winning the Jefferson Award, the Nobel Prize for Public Service, and working as a nurse assistant at New York Presbyterian, and completing an oncology preceptorship at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I don't think that Brandon sleeps. Congratulations to Angela and Brandon for such an important accomplishment. And to all of our remarkable graduates, congratulations. I now have the pleasure of once again introducing President Marvin Krislov.
Provost Quinones, thank you. Angela and Brandon, congratulations. Melissa, what a wonderful valedictorian speech. Dr. Azwa, thank you for your wise words and congratulations on the honor of your new degree. Mrs. Lowy, thank you for your service and congratulations on your award. And to the Pace University class of 2021, you did it. This has not been an easy year. The final year of college is never easy. There are papers and problem sets and assignments and exams. There are internships and jobs and research and lab work. There are friends and families and social lives and community service. Like each year's graduating class, you made it through all of that. But class of 2021, you did so much more. Through what was arguably the hardest year that any of us has ever faced. And now you've made it to commencement. Congratulations. You have earned your diplomas through intelligence, persistence, determination, and especially resilience. You've made friends and mentors in this extraordinary community we call Pace University. I am so happy for all you have achieved, and I am so excited to see the future ahead of you. First, I want to take a moment to congratulate your parents and families. These are the people who've been your biggest boosters for your entire lives. They have supported you through your time at Pace, and even more than any of us would have expected through this last year. Parents and families, thank you for entrusting us with these graduates. Today marks your accomplishment too. I also want to acknowledge our dedicated faculty and staff who kept working through their own challenges to continue supporting your education. Faculty and staff, thank you for all you do to ensure that our students succeed. Finally, I want to acknowledge that while we have all been affected by the pandemic, some of you have been affected profoundly. Some of you faced illness, some hardship, and some have suffered the loss of family or friends. If you have suffered a loss, we grieve with you. And I ask that everyone join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. As tough as these last months have been, I also know that this period should not and will not define your time with us. You spent several years here at Pace, and you learned so much, both inside and outside the classroom. You mastered your areas of study, and you grew as people. When you look back at your time at Pace, I hope you will remember the totality of your experience, not only this strange last year. Still, today I want to talk about this tough time and the lessons we can draw from it. First, we learned once again just how small the world is in ways both good and not so good. The world economy and the world's health flow together. Diseases travel, but so do good people, goodwill, kindness, and humanity. Let's preserve that connection. Second, we have learned that technology can keep us together. All of us right now are a little bit Zoom fatigued, but we know that Zoom is part of how we've been able to be here today. Technology is how the school continued, how work continued, how life continued. The triumph of this technology is an opportunity for you, the next generation of our leaders, to find a new way forward. You can take this technology, join it with a strong sense of mission, and help tackle some of the world's most pressing problems. Finally, we learned how vulnerable we all are and how much we can accomplish together. We've all been deeply challenged, and we've also rediscovered our common humanity. We relearned the values of empathy, kindness, and community. I encourage you to use the good we've seen to help tackle the bad. The remarkable and speedy development of the vaccines and their swift rollout across the United States reminds us once again of the great things we can accomplish when we work together. Remember how we've all worked together in ways big and small, and use that as you carry on to further the greater good. No doubt you've drawn other lessons from this experience. I am sure you will continue to ruminate on what it has meant. Ultimately, that is the purpose of education, to push us to ask questions and to seek answers to the deepest and most difficult problems. Some of you will do that in business, marketing, or finance, some in science, health, or tech, some in law and justice, others in the arts, humanities, and education. Whatever you do, you will take what you've learned at PACE. You will take what you've learned through this pandemic, and you will keep those lessons with you throughout your lives and your work. I know this might feel like a scary time to be launching a career, but I believe that it's a moment of incredible opportunity. Thanks to these remarkable vaccines, our country is starting to open up and our economy is roaring back. Career Services tells me that thousands of jobs have been posted in recent months from hundreds of different employers. It's true the world has changed, and that might mean that job opportunities have changed too, but they are out there. You need to be flexible and adaptable. Be open-minded. Try new things and forge new paths. This can be your chance to truly make a difference. So perhaps explore careers in nonprofits or social service. Think about what you've learned through this year of pandemic, the resilience and commitment that you drew upon. Use those lessons to find or even to create the new jobs of our post-pandemic world. I know that all of you in the brave class of 2021 are going to go out and make your dreams come true. Before we conclude, there are two special graduates I want to recognize today. One is Dean Harriet Feldman. For the past 28 years, Dean Feldman has ably overseen what was once the Lienhard School of Nursing, and since 2010 has been the College of Health Professions. She is retiring from that role at the end of this academic year. Dean Feldman has been a dedicated leader of this university, a trusted advisor to me since I arrived here, and a proud mentor to several generations of healthcare professionals. Thank you, Harriet, for your service, and thank you for agreeing to stay in the PACE family as a senior advisor. The other is Mark Beska, the chairman of the PACE Board of Trustees, who will shortly confer your degrees. It will be his last time doing so, as he is stepping down as board chair after 8 years in the role. His commitment to his alma mater is total, and his counsel to me, especially during this last year, has been invaluable. Mark, I'm so grateful for our work together, and we are fortunate that you will remain a trustee. Graduates, I now want to make a final request of you before you leave PACE. When you look back at your time in college, I want you to remember this year and what you learned. But I also want you to remember the good times you had at PACE, the friends and mentors you found, the relationships you built, the experiences you treasured. You can and you will make a difference in this world, each one of you. You will use your PACE education to create a better and stronger world for all of us. I am so proud of you. We look forward to seeing you in person as soon as we can. Congratulations, good luck, and stay in touch with us, your PACE family. And now, I ask Provost Vania Quinones to return to the stage for the conferral of degrees.
It is now time for the main event, the conferral of degrees and your formal graduation. Dean Harriet Feldman, I ask you to present the candidates for College of Health Professions for their degrees.
Provost Quinones, university leaders, honored guests from the Kessel Student Center on our Pleasantville campus, it is my honor and privilege to present the 179 Pleasantville campus members of the College of Health Professions class of 2021 for their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Feldman. And now, I invite Mark Besta, Chairman of the PACE University Board of Trustees, to formally confirm upon these candidates their degree.
PACE University Class of 2021. I'm sorry we're not together in person today, but I'm very excited about what I'm about to say. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the State of New York, and with the concurrence of the PACE University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each one of you, as approved by the faculty of your college or school, the appropriate degree and course with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto. You are now officially PACE graduates. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you are all now PACE graduates, and you have earned the right to celebrate. So, let's head to the Goldstein Fitness Center in Pleasantville and your chance to watch the class of 2021 walk across the stage and receive their scrolls at their in-person celebrations. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to the brave and resilient PACE class of 2021.
I hear the calling down in my bones, so I'm following where my arrow goes. No one knows what the future holds, so I'm following where my arrow goes, following where my arrow goes.
The graduates of the College of Health Professions class of 2021.
Gregory Souprakos. Mitchell McCabe. Luke Jacoby. Harrison Treble. Matt Bass. Gregory Najar.
Congratulations.
Amaya Martinez. Brandon Alberghini Davis. Brittany Mojica. Andrea Zapata. Victoria Urban. Melissa Conboy. Manpreet Kaur. Raven Guerra. Congratulations.
Julia Batista. Some life in it. Nicole Cavallo. Amanda Sage. Jester Serin. Carlos Garcia. Gianna Casello. Malaku Michaels. Amika Adibi. Philip Asari. Amir Kashef. Tim Holly. Brian Holloway. Michael Tavano. Shiva Sejor. Anthony Bocassini. Lisa Giovanazzo. Melissa Axelrod. Kate Peterfee. Jacqueline Ramachandran. Sharif Omar. Iraida Alvarez Gonzalez. Alyssa Evans. Victoria Lemke. Morgan Troncone. Sonu Santosh. Monica Opalco. Congratulations.
Okay. Aaliyah Dalkachir. Andrea Alicia. Oh, I can. Elizabeth Lapadula. Kimberly Acosta. Gabrielle Chin. Danielle Delapizzi. Emily Karsten. Alexa D'Angelo. Michelle Boscia. Kristen Morin. Gabriella Musto. Thomas Gatto. Kimani Wedderburn. Alexa Proto. Adrienne Dower. Julia Russo. Kelsey Fiore. Deetra Smith. Shakira Hale. Samantha Eve Flores. Lindsay Kelty. Amanda Verdoni. Richard Martucci. Hello. Michaela DeSantis. Rachel Mazarigos. Krista DeMild. Anne Marie Maliaka. Sharon Cerna. Anjali Goshroy. Brandon Jokum. Mia Lennon. Sarah Gruen. Elsie Yergin. Kaylee Gartner. Jada Houghton. Cameron Gianfrancesco. Victoria DePresso. Danielle Kunak. Jessica Clark. Kiara Lynn Kalen. Megan White. Juliana Ferreira. Marina Lukovi. Michelle Segreto. Dana Prisco. Jamie Ugudna. Rachel Albano. Rebecca Maybe. Heidi Cruz Utakio. Katie Lopez. Chardane Bentley Marsh. Bethany Terlecki. Kayla Morrell. Carol Ugina. Maggie Ochoa. Leslie Joanna Aguilar Canes. Nayoon Lauren Lee. Irma Martinez. Ariana Ramdas. Alyssa Del Vecchio. Anjali Salmon. Laura Ward.
Angela Chewick. Aileen Bino. Nadia Tijani. Sabana Uravner. Brianna Acuna. Catherine Chavez. Danila Davis.
Muad Abdeldayam. Jillian, Kayla, Abella. Nadia, Maria, Adari. Diana, Maria, Alzapidi. Justin, Feliciano, Angelus. Brianna, Jasmine, Bowayan. Andrew, Joseph, Bellotti. Allison, Jane, Birnbaum. Madeline, Kate, Blackburn. Michelle, Rose, Bocha. Layla, Bolevic. Kelly, and Bowers. Danielle, Ray, Burrows. Stephanie, Marley, Cantave. Serena, Capsello. Shannon, Casey. Esmeralda, Castillo. Radija, Clark. Michael, Andrew, Comrico. Jose, Alexis, Corporan. Asha, Cruz. Ariana, Bella, Quaco. Brianna, Elizabeth, Curtin. Amanda, Dawn, Della Camera. Jennifer, Ray, DeLuca. Liana, Grace, Delucy. Alexa, D. Manuel. Sarah, Desiderio. Lisa, M. DiFiore. Nicole, Maria, De Matteo. Chelsea, T. Dundon. Patricia, Juba. Joy, Fakuri. Teresa, Angela, Ferrigno. Billy Joe, Samantha, Fischetti. Julia, Beth, Friedel. Marquetta, Friedland. Jeffrey, Gustavo, Gonzalez. Jennifer, Alicia, Gonzalez. Patricia, and Gordon. Amanda, Guido, Kristen, Emily, Guttekunst, Mary, Eileen, Henderson, Angel, Hodge, Samantha, Leah, Jeffrey, Demilka, Teresa, Joaquin, Gonzalez, Nikki, Jock, Mark, C, Caladine, Shannon, Elizabeth, Keeney, Callum, J, Kowalczyk, Ariana, Kukaj, Mackenzie, and Korek, Joanne, Mitchell, LaBranche, Antigona, Lajki, Carly, Alexis, Lawless, Fanny, Lay, Angela, Lombardi, Angela, Barbara, Mant, Joanna, Marker, Casey, Reed, Martin, Francesca, Michelle, Mastriani, Deirdre, Lee, McCluskey, Dwight, G, Mitchell, Tara, Marie, Mohan, Christina, Maria, Morrissey, Gabriella, Marie, Musto, Rebecca, Nazario, Marlena, Nurse, Odella, Onigia, Nurse, Esther, Abiola, Oriconrin, Taylor, Page, Palazzetti, Shreya, J, Patel, Alessandra, Patriciello, Melina, Pena, Diana, Pereira, Natalie, Perez, Alexis, Kathleen, Petnuch, Destiny, Platts, Carissa, M, Polidor, Brian, Kevin, Powell, Jr., Sally, Quintus, Peter, Rossiopo, Jedi, Marie, Rivera, Samuel, Rivera, Jocelyn, Rosario, Diana, Rugova, Felicia, Ryan, Marissa, Carmela, Santucci, Frank, John, Spashnik, Jr., Rebecca, and Schofield, Tal, Sharon, Stephanie, Sheehan, Kayla, Lee, Shevlin, Stephanie, Pontes, Simoys, Nicolina, and Spadalik, Nicholas, Joseph, Stanzione, Brianna, Kate, Stranieri, Amanda, Lynn, Thomas. Nicole, Anna, Thompson. Jacqueline, Tefano. Brian, Trosman. Dana, Marie, Umbro. Jessica, Teresa, Vega. Jessica, Faith, Ventarola. Sherwin, Wong. Lindsay, M. Wigand. Bridget, Mary, Welch. Alexandra, Lauren, Winters. Carol, Nicole, Zambrano.